And this is the global forecast for October 2018. It's almost getting boring. I keep saying that this is a month that's going to change everything. I've been through some pretty big changes this year. Life changing, not life challenging, but life changing. And the astrology's changed as a result. I don't know where it's going, I'm just going with it. But here's the forecast for this year, global, for this month. There's changes right across the board. Where do we start? Right, we start with Pluto is now moving forward, as of a couple of days ago. So much of the intensity and extremes of this last 6 months is now going to start yielding results. Add to this that Saturn is also moving forward now, also in Capricorn. So all of a sudden the restrictions and the limitations, the intensity and the extremes around the structures and organisational inertia, the inflexibility of structures and organisations over this last 6 months, this is all just about starting to change. And we're going to see some interesting developments over the coming month, 2 or 3. Neptune's moving retrograde, don't need to worry about that. Not worried about the Venus retrograde in Scorpio either, because as many of you know, I don't really hold that much interest in the transits of Venus, although Venus retrograde is actually much more significant than Venus moving forward. So those people born in the first 10 days of Scorpio, and to a lesser extent the first 10 days of Aquarius, Leo and Taurus, are all going to know about Venus retrograde. But I suspect this will be more around a sense of discomfort and disquiet, which will then make you think, okay, I want sugar, I want chocolate, I want cake. Mercury leaving Libra, moving into Scorpio. Not really that worried by that. Yes, there's a Mercury retrograde going to be coming up in November and December that's going to impact on the late Scorpios, but we don't enter Mercury retrograde shadow until the very end of October, so I'm not worried about that one at the moment. That leaves 3. 4. The Libra new moon on the 9th of October. Yeah, loosely square Pluto, but I'm not that worried by it. Uranus retrograde at the very start of Taurus, about to move backwards into Aries next month. On October the 24th this year, there's a full moon at 0 degrees, 1 degree of Taurus. And that is less than 1 degree away from the position of Uranus in the sky. So the full moon is conjunct Uranus. Uranus in Taurus already has shocked a number of us, and the long-term thing here around the way we change our values, our attitude towards the earth and our attitude towards money, value systems, greed and all this, is beginning to really gather pace. Because it's full moon conjunct Uranus, you cannot predict Uranus. I don't know if this is going to happen in the economic, political, military world, whatever. But something big's coming with the full moon conjunct Uranus, and it's going to be unexpected, and it's going to be unpredictable, and I'm going to stick my neck out and say, and it's not going to be geophysical. So we're not looking at earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, although I'm pretty sure there will be further volcanic stuff, because that's what Uranus does. But it's going to be big, more than that. It's going to affect humanity. And I do think that there's going to be further financial disruption. And with Pluto and Saturn moving forward in Capricorn and the full moon conjunct Uranus in another of the Earth signs, I do think that a number of old antiquated institutions are beginning to really creak at the seams. Add to this that Jupiter's at the end of Scorpio, rocketing forward. The markets are going to be going pretty crazy at the end of this month. And then we got Mars spending all month in Aquarius, which Mars is quite comfortable in Aquarius, but Mars is beginning to catch up. Mars is really beginning to rocket forward. And the fixed energy that's around this month with Mars in Aquarius, Uranus and the full moon in Taurus, Jupiter, retrograde Venus and Mercury all in Scorpio. The intransigence, the inflexibility of institutions, of big bodies, whether it be political, corporate, military, whether it be leaders. There's a great deal of resistance to change, and yet change is going to happen. There's an undercurrent, there's a swell. This is not going to be an easy, gentle, delicate, sensitive month. This is a month where things are building, and in the last 10 days of this month, at full moon, it's going to be really, really interesting. From an astrological point, it's fascinating. From a human and personal point, I'm going, oh my God, it's going to be spectacular. So watch this space. And one thing I can safely say is that more and more people are going to be looking towards astrology as for some type of different perspective and understanding. This is a great year for astrology and astrologers. Catch you later, world. Have a good month. Bye.